Hello and welcome to my motorhome and a very warm day in central Poland. I got a good question here from Mr. P. Dubs, who writes, it would be great if you could explain on the induction versus gas in your experience, Alan. I, for one, think about it a fair bit, and once you've gone down that road, it's baked in, so any opinion would be helpful. Now, okay, this is my opinion. I think there are people far better qualified than me to actually talk about this, but I will give a quick opinion on it. I have changed my mind to a certain extent about the use of electricity in vans, and I'm coming to the opinion that whereas there may be feelings against gas, and I certainly do understand those feelings, particularly with the tightening legislation against gas, at the end of the day it does give out a very strong calorific content, and the same of course goes for diesel, and you've got diesel built into most of our vehicles in the form of a tank, which can then be used for heating and indeed cooking. Now, the problem with electricity is the following. Now, on a day like today, fantastic amount of sun is beaming down on me, and I'm pretty hot in the vehicle right now, but as far as the batteries are concerned, there are other things to think about. And now, if I'm going to take an example of what can go wrong, it's the following, is that the batteries themselves don't like it when a huge amount of power is pulled out of them at once. That is, for the moment, why electric heating is impossible. As it is at the moment. I don't know, maybe tomorrow something will be different, but it's totally absurd, really, if you think about it. If you can keep a vehicle like this warm, you're going to need about 1 kilowatt hour of heat, and your batteries aren't going to last very long. You're going to need a trailer behind to carry the batteries with you. But let's come on to cooking, though, because this is what the subject's all about. And the question asking me about induction, so I'm presuming what we're referring to is electric induction, not gas or diesel induction. Now, if you've got, I'm going to have to give, speaking very, very round terms, let's suppose you've got a 100 ampere hour LiFePO 4 battery, lithium ferrous phosphate battery, or lithium iron phosphate battery, call it what you want. And now you want to put some tea on the go, for example. So you put on your kettle on the stove at 1 kilowatt, and most of them are much more than that, but keep it that to keep it nice and easy. And then we're going to boil a litre of water. So the water is now at ambient temperature, which is 25. So you want to boil it to 100. That's you're going to take it up to 75 degrees, and that is now the problem I'm going to address. That will take approximately 87 watt hours, and assuming all the cabling's correct, and depending on your inverter, if you've got a super one, it might or not such a super one, the losses en route from your battery to the inverter to the you're going to be burning through between 95 to about 120 watt hours. Now, that will be somewhere between 7 and 10% of your battery, and that's only to make 2 cups of tea with a little bit left over should you want to top up. This is where the problem is. Now, if you're using something which is going to take longer to cook, then clearly it's going to be taking more power. But what the biggest single problem, though, is the load. And it is the heat increase as you draw from the battery. Now, obviously, you want to keep the battery as cool as possible, but something like this is going to raise the heat of the battery itself by 1 degree. Now, that mightn't seem very much at all, but the thing is, the battery doesn't like it. It's quite happy if it's about approximately 0.2. Some of the better ones will have it go 0.5 sudden increase like this. Now, the battery management system is what is important, and a load like this on a short term, it's not going to kill it. It's not going to damage it, but it might just upset it a bit. And in my opinion, what you're going to be doing by having these sudden pulls of large amounts of power is, in time, it's going to shorten the life of the battery. And I'm assuming everything's correct, as I hope it is, particularly with the cables. Therefore, I think that given the current state of technology, look at some other option. There's a company in Finland, I think they're called Wallace. I did a video of them, of some of their equipment. They do heating via diesel. Or at least they used to do heating via diesel. Cooking via diesel. Sorry, everybody does heating via diesel. And so a diesel induction, for example, or something like that. That's one way if you don't want gas. I do not think that the batteries, electrical power, is a suitable means as technology stands today. Now, I've got one of these, which is a kettle. There's a spoon on the floor. I paid for this, I can't remember, 15, 18, maybe, I don't think I paid 20 euros for it, but something like that, maybe 18 euros. I can't remember. This kettle takes power at 600 watts, and I use it with my EcoFlow. Now, it's actually less than 600, it's 595 for argument's sake. But now the thing about this is that when it's really hot inside the vehicle, I don't want to turn the gas on. I use this instead, and I've been using this now for a year, and I haven't noticed any decline from the EcoFlow. But this is different. Would I cook something? I want to get an air fryer, but I found nothing that either an air fryer that doesn't get hot itself, and which is it's sufficiently low to actually not to damage the battery. Now, there's plenty of people using air fryers at the moment, so I would be interested to get any of their opinions back. But for the moment, that's how I feel about it. I think that electrical long term, as technology stands today, I would opt for something else. But there are very good arguments against it. If anybody's got an experience in the other things, then please do say them. One thing I do need to point out, of course, that whereas solar is cheap, is free, but it's not. It's the batteries which are expensive, and the panels themselves aren't super cheap. So that's how I would look at it. I'm sorry I haven't given a clear answer. As with many things, it does depend on all sorts of things, and I know there's lots of people out there using air fryers, and I would be interested to know which air fryers they are using, how they're using them, and what equipment they are using them with. Not only for your benefit, for this case, but also for mine as well. Thanks for listening.